Have you ever wondered what's really going on between Iran and Israel? We hear a lot about missile strikes and military tension, but with dollars, oil barrels, and sanctions. Welcome to Echoes of History Pro. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the hidden economic war between Iran and Israel, and trust me, it's a story that affects us all, from the gas pump to the grocery store. We'll break down this complex conflict into simple, easy-to-understand terms, showing you the real financial battlefield that rarely makes the headlines. So, what exactly is an economic war? It's when countries use financial weapons instead of traditional ones to weaken their rivals. Think of it like a chess game where the pieces are trade, currency, and resources. The goal is to cripple your opponent's economy, disrupt their stability, and limit their power on the world stage, all without firing a single shot. In the case of Iran and Israel, this economic warfare is intense and has been going on for decades. Let's start with Iran. For years, Iran's economy has been under immense pressure from international sanctions. These aren't just minor restrictions, they are designed to cut Iran off from the global financial system. Imagine your country's banks suddenly being unable to process international payments. That's what sanctions do. They make it incredibly difficult for Iran to sell its most valuable resource, oil. Before the toughest sanctions, Iran was a major player in the global oil market. But these restrictions have slashed its oil exports. This financial suffocation is a key strategy. The idea is that by squeezing Iran's economy, you limit its ability to fund its military programs and its regional allies. But how does Iran fight back? One of its biggest economic weapons is its strategic location. Iran controls the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow waterway through which about a fifth of the world's oil supply passes every single day. By threatening to disrupt or even close this strait, Iran can send shockwaves through the global economy. Even the threat of disruption can cause oil prices to skyrocket overnight. This is Iran's leverage. It's their way of saying, if you squeeze our economy, we can squeeze the world's energy supply. This creates a high-stakes game of chicken, where any move could trigger a global economic crisis. So while sanctions hit Iran's wallet, Iran's control over the Strait of Hormuz holds the global energy market hostage. Now, let's look at Israel. You might think Israel's economy is immune to this conflict, but that's far from the truth. Israel has a powerful, modern, tech-driven economy, often called the Silicon Wadi for its booming startup scene. However, constant conflict and regional instability come at a huge cost. First, there's the massive defense spending. Israel dedicates a significant portion of its national budget to its military and defense technology. This is money that could otherwise be spent on education, healthcare, or infrastructure. The constant threat means a constant drain on resources. Then there's the impact on investment and tourism. Geopolitical risk makes foreign investors nervous. When tensions flare up, you can see a direct impact on the Israeli stock market and the value of its currency, the shekel. A war or even the threat of one can scare away tourists, a vital source of income for the country. Plus, attacks from groups backed by Iran, like Hezbollah in Lebanon, can disrupt daily life and commerce, especially in northern Israel. The conflict creates a perpetual state of uncertainty, which is always bad for business. The economic war forces Israel to spend heavily on defense and constantly manage the risk of a wider conflict that could paralyze its economy. Why should someone in America, Europe, or Asia care about an economic spat in the Middle East? The answer is simple: oil. The Middle East is the world's energy heartland. When Iran and Israel clash, the entire global energy market holds its breath. Any disruption in the Strait of Hormuz, as we discussed, would cause oil prices to surge. This isn't just a number on a screen. Higher oil prices mean more expensive gasoline for your car. It means higher shipping costs for everything, from electronics made in Asia to fruits and vegetables from South America. Suddenly, everything gets more expensive. Shipping companies might have to take longer, more expensive routes to avoid the conflict zone, again driving up costs. This uncertainty can also spook global stock markets, causing investors to sell off assets and seek safety, which can slow down economic growth worldwide. It's a powerful reminder of how interconnected our world has become. But perhaps the most important question is, who suffers the most in this economic war? Is it the governments and their leaders, or is it the ordinary people? The unfortunate reality is that the general population bears the brunt of the impact. In Iran, sanctions have led to soaring inflation and a currency crisis. The Iranian rial has lost a huge amount of its value over the years. For ordinary Iranians, this means their life savings have evaporated. The cost of basic goods like bread, rice, and medicine has skyrocketed. Jobs are scarce, and many struggle to make ends meet. While the government might find ways to survive, it's the people who face the daily struggle. The economic pressure is meant to inspire change from within, but often, it just results in widespread hardship for innocent civilians. In Israel, while the economic impact is different, the human cost is also significant. Families living in border communities live under the constant threat of rocket fire, disrupting their lives and businesses. The high cost of living, partly driven by massive defense spending, puts a strain on many households. And during times of active conflict, the entire country can be put on hold. Businesses close, flights are canceled, and a sense of fear and uncertainty takes over. The psychological toll of living in a perpetual state of conflict is immense and cannot be measured in dollars and cents. So, when we look at the economic war between Iran and Israel, it's crucial to look beyond the geopolitics and see the human stories. It's a conflict fought in boardrooms and on stock exchanges, but its casualties are the everyday people just trying to live their lives in peace and security. It's a multi-layered economic war with profound consequences. Sanctions are used to strangle Iran's economy. Israel's vibrant economy is constantly challenged by the high costs of defense and regional instability. And the ripple effects of this conflict, especially on oil prices, are felt across the entire globe. Ultimately, it's a stark reminder that in modern warfare, the economy is both a weapon and a target, and the ones who suffer most are rarely the ones making the decisions. Understanding this economic dimension is key to grasping the true nature of the conflict and its far-reaching implications for the Middle East and the world. Thanks for watching. If you found this explanation helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe to Echoes of History Pro, and ring the bell so you never miss our deep dives into the stories that shape our world. See you in the next video.